The long-awaited UN General Assembly, in which the Palestinian President Mahmoud Abbas presented his request for full membership, came and went with very little hope of any change in the Israeli and Palestinian positions. Mediators from the so-called Quartet are now trying their utmost to bring back the two sides to the negotiating table, but nothing tangible has come out of it yet. I am with Reuven, the Speaker of the Israeli Parliament, the Knesset. Mr. Rivlin, what does it take to bring back the Israelis to the negotiating table with no preconditions?
Of course, we are insisting upon negotiation with no preconditions. Of course, one of the conditions is to bring to an end the conflict. We are looking forward and we are eager to find peace, not illusions, because we had in the last 25 years a lot of promises that brought us to a lot of illusions, and that is very dangerous.
The Quartet, in which you have put your trust, has made references to the borders of 1967 and also a halt to any settlement activity.
Well, first of all, you have to understand that the problem and the conflict will be brought to an end only between the two parties. There is no way to shortcut the understanding that in order to find solution, in order to bring to an end the hostility between Palestinians and Israelis, the ability of both sides to live together, because we are living, both of us, in the same tiny space of earth.
The very fact that Mahmoud Abbas referred to a two-state solution means that he has implicitly accepted the existence of Israel.
He accepts two states for the time being, one Palestinian and one state of all its citizens. He is ignoring the understanding, not the demand, the understanding that Israel is a Jewish state. But you have to understand, there are two people, and there is a conflict between two people. Both of them believe that they are on the right side.
We'll come back to the Jewish state, but let me again go back to the occupied territories. You mentioned that it is Israel's homeland. Why don't you accept that it is also the Palestinians' homeland too, and they're entitled to their independent...
First of all, 20% of the Israeli population are Palestinians, Palestinian Israeli. 17 of them are serving in our parliament. We are both in the same land. We both believe that this is our homeland. We are living together. No agreement will change the demographical problem, and no agreement will change the geographical lines between the two sides. But the Israelis have accepted Oslo agreements. The Israelis have accepted the Quartet roadmap. They have accepted the American roadmap.
So does it mean that Israel is prepared to leave the occupied lands, to go back to the borders of 1967?
We are ready to get to understanding with the Palestinians and to live side by side.
What does it
Unfortunately, the Palestinians believe that the occupied land is Jerusalem, is Tel Aviv and Jaffa, is the land of Israel. They are not accepting the idea...
I'm talking about the West Bank. I'm talking about the borders...
Everything in Israel is the West Bank, you have to understand. Everything which is situated in the west side of the river of Jordan is the west side.
The borders of 1967 as referred to by the Quartet.
If the Palestinians will believe that to bring to an end the conflict will have to find a way in order to really situate the final borders between the two sides, we will have solution. But if they believe that for the time being they are ready to accept 67 in order to really fulfill their ideas of the step-by-step strategy, that afterwards they will talk about the 48 borders, then we are in problems. You have to understand.
You have to start somewhere.
Of course.
And you cannot make your decisions on the basis of speculation, maybe later. The fact remains that Israel occupied, that is, annexed the occupied land after the war of 1967, and it doesn't legitimize Israel, that piece of land, as part of Israel.
Unfortunately, we are not running negotiation with the people of Europe. We are negotiating with the Palestinians. More than half of the Palestinians, the Hamas people, believe that there is no way to recognize Israel at all. When they will be ready to bring to an end the conflict, when they will be ready to bring to an end the past, when they will say, well, we are looking forward to the future, I'm sure that negotiation and direct negotiation will bring us to the understanding that we have to live side by side with open borders.
It's a two-way thing, not they, we, I would say.
First of all, I demand for myself to do what I demand from the other party. Unfortunately, Mahmoud Abbas believes that he can go to the international family of nations and demand to avoid, to shortcut the understanding that we have to negotiate together and that they have to impose peace on us. And that is something that we cannot accept at all.
Do you accept that by recognizing an independent Palestine, a state, the military arms and extreme activities of Hamas and Hezbollah will be cut?
I'm not so sure. We have learned, and the experience of Israel shows that after letting the Hamas people to become a political movement, they have gained the majority. And they are ruling the streets of Gaza, and people are saying that in the next election they will rule the places of Judah and Samaria, which mean the West Bank.
Making peace requires a lot of courage. Is Israel prepared to exercise, to show that courage and take the final state and put an end to it all?
Oh, we are praying for that. For the time being, we will talk about 67. Afterwards, we will talk about 48. Afterwards, we will talk about 47.
Are you prepared to take the first step in a 1,000-mile journey and withdraw to the borders of 1967?
Well, if you are asking me what will bring me afterwards, after we will withdraw to the borders of 67, I will have peace, we will have to decide upon that in the Knesset. But I can assure you that more than 80% of the members of Knesset, I'm not talking about myself, 80% of the people, of the members of Knesset will vote in favor of an arrangement that will bring to an end the conflict.
Reuven Rivlin, thank you.
You're most welcome. Thank you.